Alright, what is up YouTube? That Neon Channel here again. Today we are going to do how to turbo your non-turbo dual cam motor. This is going to go for 2.0 dual overhead cams and 2.4 swap dual overhead cams. I'm not 100% on single cams. You can use most of the parts on a single cam, but not all of them. Actually 90% of them, except for the turbo manifold. You'll have to get a different turbo manifold and turbo, but this is going to be mainly just for dual cams, 2.0 and 2.4 swaps. So, what we're doing first is we're going to show you what you need to remove, and then we're going to show you what you need. So, what you're going to need to remove, first off, we remove the cold air intake or whatever kind of intake system you have. If you have factory, you're going to have to remove factory and maybe really equip the battery. I already have my battery relocated. Second, you're going to have to remove your header. Let me turn the light on. Alright, you're going to have to remove your header. I have a long tube header. You're either going to have to remove your manifold in your cat or your header, whatever your setup you have. Then you're going to have to remove this oil pressure sensor down here. Right there is your oil pressure sensor. I have the aftermarket one, but there's the factory plug for the factory one. We are going to use the oil pressure sensor in this, but right there is where we're going to tap off for the supply of the oil for the turbo. You're going to have to cut into the coolant line, probably right about here, for the coolant supply for the turbo. And then the coolant return, we're going to go and remove this little block off thing in here. There should be a coolant block off here somewhere. Oh, right there it is. So there's your coolant block off. That's what we're going to be tapping in for your coolant return valve right there. So let's go over to the motor and we'll show you what you need. What you're going to need, most important off, is a SRT4 turbo manifold and turbo and wastegate. We have a wastegate here. I prefer an AGP wastegate. This is just a factory one to get me by until I can afford to buy an AGP wastegate. Second off, you're going to need a SRT4 intercooler. So yeah, third off, you guys want to, this goes with the first part though too, is you're going to want to remove your oil pan. There's ways to tap it without oil removing it, but I'd rather drop it because it's just, extra couple bolts. Me, I have a spare one, so I just tap this one outside of the car. You can see here's my oil return for my turbo. There it is. I JB welded in there after I tapped the threads and used Teflon tape. So here's your oil return line. We'll take a new piece of rubber hose we have right here. Connect it to there. We have some new hose clamps there. Here is your coolant supply line. I guess, what would you call this? Tap. So what we got was a 3/8 by 1/2 inch and a 1/2 inch inlets. This is 3/8, this is 1/2. These are 1/2 inch with 3/8 barbs on each side, and then this is a 3/8 thread with a 1/4 inch barb, I'm pretty sure. This barb will go into this hose, and then this hose I'm going to chop a piece off and go into the factory SRT coolant supply line. So this is SRT factory coolant supply, and if you have the turbo to look like this, because that's how it'll be on the car, you'll have this coolant line going right here. Bang. We have the factory banjo bolts and everything, so that'll be tapped in to that coolant supply right wherever I have it, right here. Bang. So then you have up next your oil supply line. This one will be tapping into the back of the block. I'll show you later on in the video, but this is where the oil pressure sensor was. And then this will be plugging into where the oil pressure sensor was. Your oil pressure sensor will go right here, and then that oil supply line will go right here. And then your oil supply will come up to the top of the motor and attach right here. And then third off, we have our coolant return. So we had to make this ghetto rig from the local Lowe's. So this is a 1/4 inch FIP or MIP. I'm not sure what they are, but then this is 1/4 inch to 3/8 MIP, FIP, I'm not sure. And then this is 3/8 MIP or FIP to a flare side 3/8 fitting. So we had to take 3/8 down the core ends basically, and that's how we did it. So then here would be the factory line that goes to the bottom of this right here, to the opposite side of the other coolant line, and then it'll attach into this with our flare fitting, because this is flare fitting also. And that's it. We were going to use this, but changed our mind. This is a block off plate for where the factory blow off valve thing is right here. You're just going to screw this to here with some silicone and call it a day. We got to drill a hole still. I already got them marked. I just got to do it. And that's basically what you're going to need. A couple hose clamps. I prefer T-clamp ones, but I can only afford the worm style right now. I have a shit ton of them, as you can see. Oh, you're also going to need some injectors. We have some stage 0 injectors, stage 0 injectors here, and we have some 24-pound injectors. Then also you're going to need a bunch of assorted pieces of hosing to run your intercooler piping. And that should be all you need for this turbo build. We use Teflon tape to put all those together with some pipe dope, which is pipe thread sealant. If anything else you need, I'll let you guys know. I'm going to take this factory cat and I'm going to beat it out and just make it a catless down pipe, and then try to make it into my regular line after the header. So hopefully that works out good. But for right now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to start removing stuff. Like I said, I already removed the cold air intake. I'm going to have to remove these header bolts, and then I'm going to have to get down the bottom and remove the header from the collector itself. And then I'll figure out the rest of that whenever that time comes. Hopefully it's not too hard. I'll probably run an open down pipe for a couple weeks. I mean, not a couple weeks, at least a couple days to make sure it's running good. And then I'll worry about making the rest of the exhaust up. I'm just going to do, I have a 3-inch side exit exhaust is what I should put on there. I just don't want all that noise. I also have this factory SRT intercooler pipe that goes from the turbo down to underneath the motor, which is a real nice piece I'm probably going to use. So I'll have to pull that out of there. But just wanted to let you know. So we'll be back after we remove that header and some of the other stuff, and we'll just update. Oh, excuse me. We'll update you through this whole project. So this is a how-to. So let me get 100 likes on this video at least, and if you ain't subscribed, hit that subscribe button, because we do plenty of informational neon videos and other videos. Like we have 240s and stuff like that. We're building a 600 horsepower neon right now. Well, my girlfriend's building it, so if you're interested in that, you might want to hit that subscribe button right beside the little bell that notifies you, because we post 5 days a week. So if you want to watch a different video 5 days a week, hit that subscribe button and that notification bell so you can get them. And yeah, we'll be back in a little bit.
You enjoyed that video, leave a thumbs up. You got any questions or comments, put it down in the comment section. Subscribe for more.
And see you next time. Peace.
Yeah, follow us on Facebook and Instagram.
Where
It's all
at?
down in the description area. Just read that.
Okay. Peace.